This engine was built by the Western Gas Engine Company in Los Angeles, California. It's a 1905 geared model. The engine uses distillate fuel. It has low tension ignition, is hit and miss governed, and is water cooled. The engine has quite a bit of history surrounding it. Company records indicate that it left the factory in October 1908, and it eventually ended up in a mine in the southern Sierras. At the mine, it was used to power a two-stamp mill. Stamp mills were used to crush ore into smaller bits of rock and powder that are then further processed into gold. Operation of this engine is very unique. Western had some ideas of their own, and it has some features that you'll not see on other engines. Let's take a look at them now. Here we see a mechanism that is unique to Western. This whole mechanism moves back and forth via an eccentric at the other end of the engine. It consists of the fuel pump, water pump, and igniter trip rod. Notice we can change the angle of the igniter trip rod so we can retard the spark when starting the engine. As this moves back and forth when the engine is running, it also catches this pawl. This pawl is connected to the intake valve rocker arm. So you'll see it moves back and forth. What is kind of interesting is that via this rod, it's also connected to the exhaust rocker arm. So as the exhaust moves up and down, so does this pawl rod. So when the engine is up to speed and the exhaust valve is locked out, the pawl moves out of the way, and then the intake valve is no longer operational. When the engine slows down a little bit and the governor allows the exhaust valve to become operational again, the pawl drops and the intake valve also becomes operational. The fuel mixer uses distillate fuel. We have the ability to change the mixture for optimum running conditions. The mixer can also induct water along with the fuel into the airflow. Use of water is to reduce a tendency to detonate when the engine is hot, under heavy load, and running heavy fuel. The igniter is essentially a pair of contacts within the combustion chamber. When the igniter closes, the points close as well, creating an inductive circuit. Then when the igniter opens, the points open and a spark is created which ignites the fuel and air mixture. The Western is a good running engine and it's really easy to start. Let's start her up right now and then we'll take a look at some of the mechanisms as the engine is running. First off, I need to engage the compression release to make the engine easier to pull through. So we'll do that. Need to turn on the fuel. I need to prime the mixer with a little bit of gasoline. That should be enough of that. And the battery is already hooked up and the ignition turned on. So all that's left is pulling her through and she'll start right up. And that's all there is to it.